season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr. Right to the air is Carr. The open man here, Renfro. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Carr to throw. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Carr fighting his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Carr now to throw. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Again, it's Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Brissett's throw complete there to Smith. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throwing the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Play action now. Brissett rolling to his left. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down for the touchdown out. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Brissett. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jacoby Brissett, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And Hall not going to bring this one out. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. And his throw is incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 3rd down, Brissett being chased out left. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on 4th down, Matt Hawk on to punt for Indy. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Wisely will throw that one away.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Looking deep for Adams. And got his man complete. this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid the
pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On the draw is Taylor. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Colts at 8-1 on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that can ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now Foles. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Foles. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Looking for Jelani Woods that time, and it's 3rd down and 2.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And the Raiders Raiders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And after the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Back near his goal line. Here's Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 4th down. The punt team on now as from their end zone they get it away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here are the Colts to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Forced out to his left. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 35. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a hit and Foles loses the football. It's out. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball.
And he's going to go down again. Chandler Jones. Sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Bulldozes past him. Touchdown, Colts. Irv Smith Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. Now, the midterm elections are now concluded, and I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief for that. But now it's time for midterm football. Well, we've moved past the unofficial halfway point of the season, and we got a couple of good matchups in the late games here in Week 10. Tonight it's North versus South in California, the Chargers and Niners from Santa Clara. And then tomorrow, Monday night, it's both Charles's birthday, happy early birthday, buddy, and the first primetime appearance for the Commanders as they travel up to Philly to take on the Eagles. A lot going on. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Rodgers on the return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and that will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just bigger, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it out in order to try and get the upset win. Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. There's Foles.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down.
Bilal Nichols in there to take him down. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Steps away to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. Max Crosby. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Out to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. To throw his Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now Carr.
Same target. It's Jacobs again.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
First and 10, 46 yards.
To throw, it's Carr.
That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, he's certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
He's going to air one out.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, There's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
On 2nd and 9, Foles. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They go play action here on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Foles. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the
past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Goin. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. But the Colts ready to go to work to start the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the
touchdown Raiders? Darren Waller, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Raiders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. Nice tiny little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Indy set to go on offense once more. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
A good game there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Brissett on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders are going to get the football there as he gets this out to the 38-yard line. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Mac Hollins, 62 yards. And the Raiders use the short field to get in for 6. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Carlson now to have the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as it kicks away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. To the right side, complete to Taylor. They find some open field here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor.
Oh, what a move. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
89 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Taylor will get down close to the goal line, but not in, and as he'll be marked down at the 1.
2nd and goal from the 1.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line.
A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try and run. Taylor.
Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
And I know this quarterback. His instinct, he's going to want to go for it here on 4th and goal. I want to see if the rational heads on the sidelines prevail, and they say this late in the game, let's get 3 in the lead.
And he'll get in into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Colts' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And Hall not going to bring this one out. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
Jacobs going to try the middle, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throwing his car on third down. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose.
Think of here's opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
It's a big play there for Vegas. 48 yards. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Carr now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was...
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Zamir White, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive runs. like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
An extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Play fake, Brissett. He's got Smith here. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, Brissett rolling to his right. This pass caught, it's Woods. He's got room at the 30, and he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Brissett. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
To throw again on 2nd down, Brissett. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. Touchdown! Irv Smith Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Colts, on the final play of the 3rd quarter, have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. The Raiders now set to get the football back. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, giving 14. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Carr now to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Carr going to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll try and run with a fullback Johnson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. We kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Carr to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
107 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They run once more with Taylor.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one by the line of scrimmage.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And Hall not going to bring this one out. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brandon Faison.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 156 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for Indianapolis.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Mac Hollins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Taylor. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They're going to run for it. It's Moss. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top...
Yeah.